Hi Pisces! Welcome to your mid-February 2019 astrology and tarot reading. So Pisces, happy birthday to all the Pisceans born in February, especially those of you born on the 29th of February. That must be tricky to miss out on your birthday, but it is your season right up until the 20th of March. So make the most of it. It is your energy. And I'll tell you something, Pisces. This is a very different birthday season to any birthday season you've had since 2011. And the reason for that is because Chiron is moving out of your sign into Aries. The wounded healer is finally exiting full focus on you. Now, you've developed so very, very much since 2011, Pisces, even if you're not 100% aware of how. If you look back to it, yes, a significant amount of time has passed, and yes, you were going to change, but this will have been the deepest point for you in a very long time in terms of healing yourself. And I know in tarot and astrology, we're all very obsessed with healing. It is a process in life. You know, it's not going off into hermit mode and hiding away forever to get to the bottom of things. It can be gradual, and you can see how much your life experience enhances when you heal certain areas. It's learning where you act to your self-detriment, where you harm yourself, whether it's unwillingly or so. It is when you learn that you have been self-sabotaging relationships, opportunities, and with this aspect, although it's hard, it gives you a hyper-awareness. I mean, you're sensitive anyway. You're very hyper aware, you're very psychic. That's going to enhance dramatically now that Mercury is in your sign, and it will be extended there for a very long time. But nevertheless, with Chiron moving into Aries, Pisces, this is a very, very interesting time to consider how you give back to the world. Environmentalism has never been so important. To have Chiron move into your second house of worth and value, you will value your time so much more. You will value life so much more. You will value the world so much more, and you'll value real deep connections and experiences so much more. And hopefully, since 2011, you've developed so much as a person that you can put your authentic self forward. And yes, that's a process, and you change all the time. Pisces can be a bit of a chameleon. But you still need to put who you are in that moment first. You can be different variations of yourself, Pisces. You are two fish. Whether you're sun, moon, and rising, there's always two sides to your story. As a very imaginative sign, you can be very colourful with your approach. But you are sensitive, and you're a hopeless romantic. But, speaking of which, the sun does move into your first house. That does make you a lot more focused on your life path and your soul purpose and your dreams and your ambitions and the way you want your world to look. And it can be misrepresented as quite a selfish time, but you cannot truly give to others unless you're giving to yourself. You cannot truly love others unless you're truly loving yourself. So that's the importance of the first house. However, we have a supermoon in your partnership sector. Romantically, things may move up a notch. They may become official if you've been dating casually for a while. And you may find that romances start and move quite quickly under this full moon. Or you have conversations about issues within a current romantic situation. A lot of feelings will come to light. A lot of news will come out. A lot of things will make themselves known. It's a beautiful full moon, actually. It's very romantic for you. But with Virgo being a practical sign, Pisces, don't be so quick to walk away just because you see a problem. Don't be so quick to give up on a relationship where there's a bit of trouble, provided there's ebb and flow and it's reciprocated and you're getting as much as you're putting in. I mean, for relationships where you've maybe been bickering, that Mars-Uranus conjunction on the 13th in your financial and worth sector may have made you feel incredibly insecure. And it may have made you feel very unstable. Now, Mars is moving into the third house. So Mars is sort of a secondary love planet in contrast to Venus. Venus is in your 11th. And to have Venus in your 11th means you could meet somebody through a friend. You could meet someone online. It means that love is enhanced in your communications. Mars moving into your other communications planet, because the 3rd and the 11th are somewhat similar. Not completely, but there's similarities there that can be coined together when we have Venus in Capricorn and Mars in Taurus. It's beautiful earth energy. So there's a lot of seductive energy. It's very complementary for you Pisces, so do embrace it, do get out of the house, because when the sun moves into your sign, you have to stop this homing up at home of Aquarian season. Now, social networking opportunities are going to be very important. You're going to meet people that get you. Deeper connections, Pisces, that fulfill you on a friendship level, because love is friendship with attraction. So perhaps you have been dating people where there's very strong attractions, but there isn't quite the connection. And the problem with Piscean energy and water signs in general is that sometimes you can get quite idealistic. Your expectations of people can be too high if you're expecting them to know everything you're feeling all the time. But then on the flip side, you can also, as I say, two fish, you can also imagine a person to be something they're not. And this is where we begin to run into issues, Pisces. So, Venus in Capricorn, Mars in Taurus, I'm not feeling like you're going to be doing that for very much longer. And then that gorgeous full moon. You know, Venus, Mars, and the full moon, all in these earth signs, is so good for you. And you're going to enjoy that so much after all the fire. But with the Ten of Wands here, I feel like you've been struggling with something or someone for a while, okay? Possibly a fire sign. But possibly with work responsibilities. Or traveling. Bit of burnout. And I think it was the fire. As I said, you need a break from the fire energy. Okay, Pisces, Nine of Wands, defense. Queen of Pentacles, kindness. Five of Pentacles in the positive, Three of Cups in the challenge, and the Ace of Cups, love is the outcome. And underneath we have the Seven of Swords, so loss. Wow. A lot of you are dealing with an earth sign right off the bat. Scenario with an earth sign, I'm seeing there was some kind of loss, something that you were really fighting for. I feel like if you're dealing with an earth sign that recently left you, your miss is your mercy. That's the honest truth. If you're dealing with an earth sign where there's issues, your miss was your mercy. Three of Cups in the challenge can mean there was interference. It can mean as well that maybe your friends didn't like this person, your family didn't like this person. If this is career, because earth can also be career, leaving something behind is going to work out better than you thought. So if you've been really up in the air about changing a job, if you're not sure to keep going or not, what you leave behind in terms of work is going to serve you in the long run in emotional fulfillment. Do not make choices solely based on money, because you will be disappointed. I feel like the people around you, now this is interesting because you have Venus in the 11th, so your friends are going to find you really, they're going to enjoy you so much more. It's not necessarily going to manifest in your colleagues. That will change with Mars going into the 3rd. But there is also this sense of disagreements with groups of people, or being confused about how you're coming across in a group, not being totally sure where you stand. As I say, Chiron leaving your sign may feel a little bit wobbly at first, but it is giving you a more authentic sense of self. And look what we have as the outcome, Pisces. Love, Ace of Cups, always means a new romance, a budding romance, a startup romance. Interestingly, as I say, with the full moon in Virgo, this could go quite quickly into something bigger. But I do feel there has been a level of, yes, this is an earth. Well, this really is an earth sign for some of you. There was a deceit with an earth sign, or you felt like you lost out on them. I think there was a question of loyalty if it's earth. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Or they were up in arms about work, or you were up in arms about work, Pisces. That's interesting. But your miss was your mercy in some case. Four of Wands, reward. Now that is good. Four of Wands always donates a pleasant surprise, a pleasant circumstance. Common ground, which is, I think, for a lot of you, what you're seeking. Now, Mars in Taurus and Venus in Capricorn can find much more compatible people for you than, say, Venus being in your own sign in Pisces, because that can maybe make you too idealistic about romance. Whereas when it's in Earth energy, it's very complementary for you. Ten of Wands is here again. Nine of Wands and the Ten of Wands, you feel a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility about something. The Six of Wands, I think for a lot of you this is financial. Chariot in the positive. The Sun in the challenge. And Death in the outcome. Wow, okay. Eight of Pentacles, achievement. Transformation. Ace of Cups and Death is very unusual. It's almost quite Scorpiophonic. Ace of Cups and Death. Endings and beginnings. It's not every day a combination like this leaves me so stumped. So let's talk about everything else and hope this pieces together. Five of Pentacles in the Chariot, moving forward and abandoning a project is going to bring you success. You want to be financially success. You're very much thinking about your career in many ways, Pisces. And Jupiter is in your career sector, so it is the time to be making moves and figuring out what it is that you want. On the other hand, you're very emotionally nervous. You're very emotionally nervous. I sense going into your season, you're actually more fraught about something than excited. Or I think for a lot of you, it's to do with pregnancy or childbirth. You're excited but worried. Because the Three of Cups in the Sun to me is children. The North Node's in Cancer. So there is probably a bit of karmic strangeness going on with your children, or your relationships with children, the desire to have children. There is something interestingly about children. But there's also this shiny new chapter. The way I'm seeing this, Ace of Cups and Death, is actually a complete transformation of self. Especially romantically. So if you're single, it kind of, Death and the Ace of Cups to me is almost like the end of being single and moving into something. Possibly with a fellow water sign, possibly with a Cancer, possibly with a Scorpio. But this is a beautiful transformation. And you know what? This makes a lot of sense now. I'm twigging this. It's because Chiron's left your sign and the sun's going into it on the same day. So the Ace of Cups is this rebirth of a beautiful time of love, and Death is saying goodbye to the energy which so deeply transformed you. We've got it. We've got it. We get this. Okay, so this is actually really, really, really good. The Sun in the challenge and the Three of Cups in the challenge. Children may be challenging this month. That's just the way it is. Your relationships with your kids. If you don't have kids, you have no challenges in that arena. The Three of Cups and the Sun can simply be not feeling part of the group, not feeling optimistic about group dynamics, about friendships, etc. And you may be a little bit, with Venus being in that sector, you may be more popular than you realize, but I sort of sense that you maybe have your eye on some kind of problem to the point it's seeping into everything else. When you concentrate on one issue, you almost feel like it's a domino effect. You're cutting that loose. You're stopping that type of momentum with the Ace of Cups and Death. I really am. The more I look at that, the more I get it. The more I get it, Pisces. You're having this really deep transformation about your security. You're feeling more secure as you move into your season because you're achieving so much. Four of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. You're making good decisions. Ooh, with a Page of Cups, imagination. Again, a romantic offer. So, Ten of Pentacles, luck. Now they're flying. They're flying out now. So, that being said, if you have missed or lost something, Pisces, in the last couple months, it seems to have been a good thing. Two of Wands, vision. Four of Cups, boredom and your fears. Eight of Cups, change. The Lovers and the challenge. And the Seven of Pentacles, potential. Too many choices. Okay. Right. Let me see. Okay, Pisces. So if you are, let me think, Eight of Cups in the positive to me is following your dreams. You're abandoning something that didn't work and following your dreams. And I don't think that's necessarily romantic. I think that's career. You're making changes. You're making headway. You're ready to make headway when career is concerned. Especially if you've been confused on what direction to take and you find making a decision so very overwhelming. Now, I'm sort of noticing, Pisces, with the Lovers and the Sun and the challenge, you're possibly dating yourself more than one person. Some of you have this like completely distorted image about love with the Sun and the Lovers. It's as if you're maybe losing the optimism or the momentum. Some of you maybe have given up hope on love, or some of you may be feeling that with the Three of Cups here, you're always competing with other people, or you never feel enough, or your friends don't like your love choice. That's kind of what I'm gathering from this. But the outcome is love, nonetheless. So that's interesting. You know, to have the Lovers and the challenge, but the Lovers for me always represents indecision. Do you know? Oh, Ace of Pentacles come out, and the Hanged Man. Oh, and Temperance. Indecision is correct. Limbo, prosperity, and healing. Okay. A long-awaited offer of some kind brings you clarity. That's telling me that that's career. Something is growing. Something's growing that's emotionally fulfilling, but also very scary, and has a power to transform and change you, Pisces. Could be a Leo. There's Leo energy here quite strongly. Strength. You're learning how to be strong in the face of fear and the face of decisions. You're learning how to make your own decisions rather than wait for somebody else to tell you what to do. That's the importance of your season. The decisiveness comes out and you think, I can make this decision. Some of you are taking care of other people so much that you've not learned how to take care of yourself. In fact, you get a lot of your identity, Pisces, through taking care of others, and you have ignored your own wants and needs. That's a problem. And it's a problem you're going to overcome in February, in the end of February. You're making a big decision. Yes, you're motivated. You're looking forward. Three of Wands. You're excited about what the future is bringing now because you're having a deep transformation of self. Sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. So Mercury in your sign, the Sun in your sign. Feeling very, very spiritual. Mary Magdalene, unconditional love. Love yourself and others in every situation, no matter what the outward appearance may be. Sekhmet. Be strong. You're stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. A lot of lion imagery here, but somebody did point out to me that Sekhmet can be Leo, but it can also be Scorpio too. And we have death and strength, Scorpio, Leo in the outcome. Why is that? Is it you that has to make a choice, Pisces, between more than one person? One's new, one's the past? Do you have to decide to give up hope on an old person and move forward with somebody new? The Lovers and the Challenge is decisions, but it's not necessarily anybody else's. This is your reading. So is it your decision? Ace of Cups, love is the outcome. Just keep remembering that love is the outcome. Love is the outcome. And it's a secure one, to be honest. I know that death looks scary, but the Ace of Cups and death is this emotional transformation that is life-changing in many ways, and that's positive, you know? You're not interested in something that can't progress. Divine Feminine. I talked about that on my Instagram, actually. Feeling connected when you're nurturing, when you're loving people, when you're looking after people, when you feel beautiful, when you feel confident. That is the Divine Feminine. When you feel in touch with nature. And self-respect. So respecting yourself and your journey. And underneath we have soulmates. This has come out for quite a couple of signs, I think. I think it came out for Aquarius. Soulmates. Some of you, yeah, Ace of Cups and Death to me is kind of like a very transforming love relationship. For others of you, it's finally learning how to love yourself. But for most of you, this looks very much like being confident enough to make your own decisions and move forward and be okay with it. Don't lose your optimism about romance. And if you do have to make a choice, make sure you're making it from your heart. And not what other people are expecting of you. Okay, Pisces? So I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next set. Bye.